Welcome to the channel Collectibles or Junk. This is episode 7 of Collectibles, Investments, or Junk. I started this channel a little over a year ago. I plan on going through my collectibles and just asking anybody that watches were these good investments for the future or are they just straight up junk. And did about 6 episodes and then switched gears to cleaning out my collectibles and did about 46 episodes of that. And yeah, here we are. A little over a year later, decided to do a TikTok live of this most recent purchase I made. I made a nice big purchase on eBay this week of some baseball cards, something I haven't done in about 4 years. And the thing is, these cards are not for me though, they're for my daughter. So I have a 6-year-old daughter who's turning 7 in a few months, actually about 3 months to be exact. And she's a diehard Philadelphia Philly fan. So I'm talking those nutjob Philly fans that just start blurting out Eagles chants in Whole Foods for no reason. My daughter embarrassed my wife this past November doing that. And mind you, we live in New Jersey, relatively close to New York. So everyone's Giants and Jets fans around here. And she is one of those girls that just started doing Eagles chants. I took her to the Phillies game last September where they clinched the NL East, and she's just been hooked ever since. Honestly, she's been a Philly fan since she was 3. Big Bryce Harper fan. And older she gets, the more she's getting into the game. And now she's at the point where if she sees a Mets hat or a Yankees hat, she calls my name and just gives me a crazy look because she sees a Mets or Yankees fan. So either way, my little girl's turning 7 in 3 months. So I bought her an early birthday gift. I'm hoping she doesn't see this video because I'm holding on to these cards until July. So I saw a lot on eBay. I was looking at Bryce Harper Phillies cards. And somebody had Bryce Harper lot 644 cards for $300 listed with $18 shipping. I made him an offer, a lowball offer of $107. I figured 107 plus 18 is $125. He countered with an offer of $175. A little too expensive for my blood, so I upped my offer up to $132. Think I'm making an even $150. And he loaded his offer to $165, and I just took it. I didn't want to nickel and dime the guy. And so I took this offer. So I bought these cards for about, I think it came out to $193 after tax and shipping, all that stuff. 644 Bryce Harper cards. And again, they're not for me, they're for my daughter. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going through them real quick right now with you guys on TikTok Live. I'm actually going to post this to my YouTube channel. Let me know what you think, guys. Was it a good buy? I mean, listen, I didn't buy it as an investment. I mean, I'm hoping the cards go up in value. I'm not expecting anything high end. I mean, I'm expecting all base cards, you know, maybe some inserts that are worthless. But I guess my question is, are baseball cards good investments still? And I don't mean Mickey Mantles or the Babe Ruths or the Ty Cobbs. I mean the current era baseball cards. Are they good investments? You know, you see all these one-of-ones popping up and autograph cards popping up, and you know, is this the new junk wax era? You know, when I was a kid, I got into baseball cards late 80s, and they were my life for most of the 90s as a teenager. And that era of cards are considered the junk wax era. I mean, they're really worthless. I mean, you have to have really gotten lucky to find or have something from that era that's worth anything. I mean, I have tens of thousands of cards from that era. I mean, I might have some in the $100 range. Market really crashed, oversaturated for many years. And then when COVID hit, the market came back. And, you know, you see people becoming millionaires overnight by opening wax and finding rare cards. You know, some kid sold a Paul Skeens card for like $1 million. So I guess, you know, if you're able to pull cards like that, they're good investments. But about just regular cards like this? Is this a good investment? What do you think? I mean, Bryce Harper, if he keeps going the way he's going, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But if he gets hurt, career-ending injury, I mean, he's one of those borderline players that might not make the Hall of Fame. So are Bryce Harper cards a good investment right now? I guess that's my question. Again, I didn't really buy these cards for an investment. I bought them for my daughter. I'm going to buy a Phillies binder and just stick these into a binder for her, give them to her on her birthday. I've been introducing her to collectibles slowly but surely over the past 7 years. And, you know, she knows what's a collectible, what's not a collectible. She knows not to play with collectibles. I bought her I bought a Bryce Harper figurine for Christmas, and she didn't open it up, so she knows better. You know, she sees what I do, and just introduced her to the game, man. This was my life as a kid. I expect my daughter to have a baseball card life like I did, but at least make it fun. So what do you think? I mean, this is a good buy. $190, 600 Bryce Harper cards. I do plan on organizing them by year. Let me see. I mean, I knew there were going to be duplicates in here. So I have 2 kids. My wife and I are going to try for a third sometime later this year, right after the summer. So what I plan on doing is separating these. And I guess by 3s. Any extra ones, I'll put in my collection and eventually sell. My goal is to hold on to the good stuff, and then when I retire in about 10, 15, 20 years, hopefully the stuff goes up in value and I can make some money off them. So let's play with these cards. Put them in a binder for my daughter, put duplicates away for my son, triples away for potential third kid if we're lucky enough to have a third kid. You know, it's like a real autograph card, huh? No, it's not. How cool would that have been if that slipped in there, huh? But anyway, that's the plan with these cards. So we're huge Phillies fans here, although we live in Yankee and Met territory. I grew up in Yankee and Met territory, a diehard Philly fan, because my father is a Philly Burb guy. Or was a Philly Burb guy. He passed away back in October, but you know, he raised me a Philly fan. So my daughter's a Philly fan. I got her these Bryce Harper cards. Hope she doesn't watch this video. I will be posting the video on my YouTube channel, Collectibles or Junk. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Any support is appreciated. But yeah, I got these for my little girl, and hope she doesn't watch the video. I've been a little off my TikTok and YouTube game the last couple months. Been a little funk, so I haven't really posted many videos. So she kind of, I don't say forgot about it, but she doesn't check the videos the way she used to back in the day when I first started. So hopefully she doesn't see this video until after her birthday, which is in July. So I'm excited for this lot. I don't really buy newer cards like that. If I do, I might buy a box here and there, a wax box here and there. I mean, a blaster box, not even a wax box. A little cheap blaster box you see at Walmart. And so I'm excited for this buy, man. Guy gave me a good deal. At least I think it was a good deal. 644 Bryce Harper cards for about $193 after taxes. I mean, they're all base cards, nothing high end. So it's just a fun lot. And let me know what you think. Bryce Harper worth buying? This is towards the end of the career. If he keeps up doing what he's been doing for the next 5 years, is he a Hall of Famer? I know he has the name. He's on track to be a Hall of Famer, but, you know, that one injury away. So there's some national cards here. I did look up Bryce Harper Phillies cards. Not really interested in the Nationals cards, except that rookie cup cards. I did want that. That was pretty cool. I think I have that factory set somewhere. But even so, that's a cool card to have. But what are your thoughts on Bryce Harper? So if you're on my TikTok live, what are your thoughts on Bryce Harper? I know as a kid, I hated him. When he was a kid, I hated him because, you know, he's a national cocky SOB. But once he came to Philly, man, he became one of my favorites of all time. I think definitely my top 3 Philly of all time. When I was a kid, Mike Schmidt was my hero. Then he retired when I was about to be 10. Love Lenny Dykstra and Kurt Schilling when I was a kid. I don't like how they turned out to be after they retired, but Ryan Howard, I think, is my all-time favorite Philly. And the Philly's really been not exciting after he retired until Bryce came to town. So very exciting being a Philly fan since he came to town. They have yet to bring home the big chip. Had a couple exciting postseasons. But what do you think about Bryce Harper? TikTok people, even YouTube people, if you're watching this on YouTube, leave me a comment. What's your thoughts on Bryce Harper? Did he mature over the years and get your respect? Or is he still the cocky SOB he always was and you just don't like him? So a lot of duplicates here, as expected. Definitely expected a lot of duplicates. So like I said, I'm going to eventually organize these when I have the time. Set up a binder for my little girl for her birthday in July. Set aside some cards for my son, who will be 2 in about 11 days. When he's older. Let's put the triples aside for any possible future child we have. Like I said, we're hoping for 3. Sorry for showing my hairy legs there. Let me fix this camera. Still new at this, guys. I know I'm not very good at it, but I'm having fun regardless. So this is a cool card. I knew I saw this card pictured in the lot. I expected all base cards. I really wanted only Philly cards, but I saw like these cards listed. And it's pretty cool to have these cards. I didn't collect when Bryce was a rookie, so I don't have any Bryce rookie cards. I might have a factory set when he was a rookie. I gotta double check that, but so I'm excited for those cards. But I only care about the rest of the Nationals cards. So definitely will be selling them at one point. But pretty fun lot to have. It seems like it's the same 20 cards over and over again. But that's all good. What are your thoughts on Bryce Harper? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about Bryce. I mean, us Philly fans love him. Definitely brought that excitement back to Citizens Bank Park in the city of Philadelphia. I mean, we didn't have it for a long time once that Ryan Howard team got old and choked in 2011. Went downhill after that. That year they should have won the World Series. We all know they won in 2008. Lost the Yankees in 2009. No shame losing to the Yankees. I mean, they're the Yankees, right? 2010, back to the NLCS. Got beat by the Giants. Cody Ross lit them up. In 2011, man, they had Roy Halladay, won the Cy Young, I believe. Cliff Lee, who was, I think, the runner-up. Cole Hamels, Roy Oswalt. 102 wins, and they choked in the NLDS. I'll never forget that. Cliff Lee was one of my favorite players at the time. A hero from the 2009 World Series, blew a 4-0 lead in the NLDS. And that really turned that series around. And Ryan Howard blew his Achilles out in the last play of the game to knock the Phillies out of that series. And then that was it. That little run was over. Heartbreaking for his Philly fans. And the team has just been garbage all the way until Bryce came. I mean, it took him a couple years to get into the playoffs after he came, but they were in it to the end. And plus, COVID jammed them up a little bit. But they had that nice run in 22. Went up 2-1 in the World Series and then totally choked Philly style. That stunk, I mean, it wasn't that heartbreaking. I was more heartbroken about 2023. I should say more disappointed. I'm at the age where I don't get heartbroken over sports anymore. When you get older, for you kids watching, there's a lot to life besides sports. But we didn't expect them to win in 22. They lost to the Astros. There's a nice Bryce card, pro debut. Is that rookie card? A little banged up, corners banged up, but 2000. No, no, 2019. No, that's a flashback card. Never mind. What was I saying? You know, when the Phillies went to the World Series in 2022, it was a pleasant surprise. Went up 2-1, and then he got no hit. And they lost 3-2 to, I think, Verlander. I was actually sick that game. I didn't watch that game. It was the day the Eagles played the Texans and the Phillies played the Astros. I was like dying that day, and I slept. I didn't even watch those games. But when they lost that game, I knew the series was over. And they did lose, I think, the last game there. But yeah, that was old-fashioned Philly choking. It was a pleasant surprise they got to the World Series. But, don't lose in Philly after being up 2-1. Lose 2 games in Philly. But anyway, 2023 really sucked. The only team I did not want to play in the playoffs was Arizona, because it seemed like Arizona always beat the Phillies. Phillies went up, I think, 3-1 on them, and just collapsed. Or maybe 3-2. I remember if it was 3-1 or 3-2. I know they were 3-2 at one point. I'm not sure if it was 3-1. I forget. But either way, up 3-2. Last 2 games in Philly, and Arizona beat the snot out of them, and that was it. Kind of felt like that window shut there. And last year, they were the best team in baseball, and then just fell apart after the All-Star game. 8 or 9 guys on the All-Star team, and it just fell apart. My dad died October 5th, the same day they lost Game 1 against the New York Mets, and the Mets are probably my father's least favorite team, so I already knew they were going to lose that series. I almost cried when they did win Game 2, just because of the emotion of losing my dad. But when they lost Game 3, I knew they were done. I'm feeling good about them this year, though. If they can stay healthy, I think they're going to do well. Although lefties do seem to shut them down, so hopefully they fix that problem eventually. But for these of you just joining me on TikTok Live, this is just a lot of cards I bought of Bryce Harper this week on eBay. There's 644 cards in here. I spent $193. My question is it a good investment or is it junk? Bryce Harper cards, good investments. And regardless of what you think or whether the answer is yes or no, I did buy them, not for me, for my little girl. My little girl's a diehard Bryce Harper fan / Philly fan. And this is a surprise birthday gift for her for 3 months. So I'm going to organize these cards, separate them, attempt to buy a Phillies binder somewhere and stick them in. And these will be her first baseball cards that I give to her. I have some cards stashed away from her for her. I bought the Topps Now NLCS MVP card of Bryce for her. Like I said, she's been a big Bryce fan since she was 3. And but this will be given to her and her first cards to look at and play with in the physical form. Because I did sign her up for Topps Bunt for the digital card collectors out there a month or 2 ago, and she got a new tablet, and she goes on it occasionally. But either way, I'm excited for this set here, this lot here, Bryce Harper cards. So let me know what you think in the comments. For those of you on the TikTok Live watching, thanks for watching. I know I'm not very good at this TikTok Live thing. I'm a little bit boring. I know, I get it. I'm not good at filming stuff. We got my hairy legs in the most of this video. But I do appreciate you guys listening and watching. Appreciate the love. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. I do have a YouTube channel, Collectibles or Junk. I do have quite a few videos up there for those of you guys into collectibles. It's not just baseball cards. I have collectibles of anything you could think of under the sun, and I have so much more to go through and so much organizing to do. I'll be making videos as I do it, so appreciate if you do subscribe to the channel. And if you're not a TikTok follower, follow me. I do follow everybody back. If you unfollow me, I will unfollow you back as well. So either way, guys, appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. That's it. I'm out. Peace.